Good evening, everyone, joining us on this beautiful Wednesday night here at Nashville Super Speedway. I am here once again with Jared Kelly. Jared, how you doing tonight, sir?
Doing great, man. I'm ready to get this championship race underway. Gonna crown a new champion.
That's right, Jared. This is our final race of the season 2 for the Quarantine Racing League. And then, Jared, you know what? Just before we crank this broadcast up for tonight, some important news came across our desk. Looks like one of the contending drivers is not going to make it tonight. Sounds like Nate Maurer will not be here tonight due to family emergency. So we wish Nate all the best, and we are sorry he can't make it after this long season. But I know 3 other drivers are probably catching their breath after the news of that and are going to be battling out here, Jared, for the championship tonight.
Yeah, it's a shame that Nate can't be here, winningest driver this season. Definitely a championship favorite all season long, but yeah, we're going to have 3 guys to sign it out here: David Owens, Sam Milliken, and Robert Richards. So I think David is the second driver on that most wins category.
Yeah, Jared, and then Jared, this is a little bit of a day race. I heard the drivers saying it is a slippery track out there, especially coming out of turn 4 as the drivers are starting to get out there on the speedway behind that pace car.
Yeah, I didn't really pay much attention to practice. I was more watching or playing the mini golf there in the fan zone. But yeah, from what I hear, it's been pretty slick out of turn 4. These cars have more horsepower, which means more power going to the rear tires, rear axle, and it can get these cars loose. But great turnout for tonight. It's going to be one heck of a show for us tonight.
That's right, Jared. As that pace car comes off, going down pit lane, we got David Owens, one of those contending drivers for the championship, getting ready to bring him to that Geico start line. And away we go, Jared, for the last race of this, the finale tonight, to crown the championship. Looks like we got David Owens, Sam Milliken, and who's our third driver there, Jared? Robert Richards in that 99.
Yeah. Great lead by David Owens there in the beginning of this run. Joe Volpes and Scotty Estep are going to race side by side. Advantage going to Scotty. Now what Robert wants is he wants to get close to David Owens. Don't let him run away, because it's going to be a lot harder to race him for that championship if you give him this great lead.
Yeah, further back in the pack, though, we have some familiar faces. There's Chris Morrill in the number 5 running tonight in that beautiful-looking CAVOK Racing airplane paint job. Love that aluminum look. Let's see who else we got tonight there, Jared.
Yeah, you got to love when these drivers give us a little bit of credit with the CAVOK. Of course, Chris, I believe, starting all this broadcasting stuff, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, I think also Justin Malarkey is racing tonight, maybe?
No, I think he just showed up for warm-ups and give everyone a hi there, and I think he had a bail. So I think Justin and Nate are listed as drivers, and Jax is our race control for tonight. So big shout out there to Jax also for being up there in the booth.
51, a Toby Kelsey in that Reese's Peanut Butter Cup paint scheme, looking like Kevin Harvick from his early Richard Childress days. Oh, and Alex McCorder gets into the outside wall out of 4. Store slaps the wall there. Gonna be some damage for him.
Yeah, that outer safer barrier wall does slap back, Jared. So Alex McCorder's gonna hopefully not too worse for wear there. It looks like just scraped it just a little bit, so shouldn't be too more worse for wear there. Jared, I do like that Reese's Peanut Butter Cup car. Yeah, it's a good-looking race car out there.
Yeah, we gotta see if that good-looking race car.
Oh, we got a spinner!
Oh, I think that's Christopher Knott, the 69.
Christopher Knott
going
spins
through the infield grass.
Yeah, and hopefully that grass isn't too bumpy as he brings it in the pit lane. And no caution out yet, though. Race control deems it not necessary as the race continues. Oh,
yeah,
that's
one car incident. But he's going to have to get the black cleared for going through pit road. That's going to be an unsafe pit entrance.
all right, and it is starting to heat up there between the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and the pizza machine there of Alex McCorder. And the 37 Chris Smith also looking to make a move. We got a battle of the breweries there as the Miller Genuine Draft Car is on the back bumper of the Coors Banquet beer.
Yeah, I don't want to take the action from back there, but further up front, Robert Richards has caught up to David Owens. They're less than a car length away from each other as they hit the front straightaway.
And the number 4, Jonathan Wright, great racer, newcomer this season. Really being a push in the playoffs, didn't pan out as he sits now in P3. Chris Morrill right now, sitting P4.
David might be taking it easy here as this racetrack, you actually got to brake later into the run, and you're going to be scrubbing that right front tire, so you want to keep that thing in the best shape possible near the end of the run when time matters.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on the 4 and the 15 here, Jared. They did touch doors there going around turn 4. Alex McCord stuck on the outside, and the 4 of Andrew Bolander there got a little side-to-side action. It looks like Bolander's going to have the best of that exchange and take the lead further back in the pack out of that group.
Yeah, the 15's got to be hurt there after he got up to the fence. That car must be getting really tight as you saw him hit the bottom of the racetrack and push his car up. That's going to make him lose momentum on the on the exit.
Another guy to keep your eyes on tonight's that 98 and that Geico military scheme, Joseph Vulpes. Was in a playoff chase there earlier in the season. Valiant effort to make it, but was not able to punch his ticket in. But another car to keep your eyes out on tonight. As Jonathan Wright gets caught up and going to slide right behind Robert Richards coming out of this turn. Or is he? He's looking towards the inside for a run, but Robert Richards going to have a better outside momentum run on that high line as he comes down the backstretch here at Nashville.
Yeah, and just as you were talking about this battle, Kev, I got some good news. I got my overlays working, so I got all my information as this fight for second place continues.
Very good, Jared. We always can count on the boys and girls back in our production booth to get us online. And overlays working all the time, so a huge shout out to all of them there back in the truck. Woo, man, this race is heating up here for P2, Jared. Jonathan Wright and Robert Richards, they are letting it all hang out early going here in lap 11.
Yeah, and he's going to let Chris get to his inside too. Going to try and save the tire, let these guys race it out, get up front. Because they're not part of the playoff chase, but you still get bragging rights when you make it to victory lane. Joe Vulpes losing momentum, going to let the 12 of Fred Lester get to his inside, but he's going to have the outside momentum. Got to make sure he doesn't get up to that wall. Fred gives him enough room to use all the racetrack. It's going to allow the 51 of Toby Kelsey to get a run on the outside, but he's got nowhere to go with these two racing side by side in front of him.
Yeah, I can really see how that high entry is going to affect Vulpes there as compared to these, but they're about going 3 wide into this turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, Joe backed out of it. Being on the top lane, he backed out of it to try and do a crossover as we have a lead change up front. Jonathan Wright taking the lead here at Nashville.
And it looks like Christopher Smorrell is going to look at the inside and follow Jonathan Wright's move to the inside, and it's going to take that P2 away from David Owens as David Owens now sits in position number 3.
Yeah, he really had to get behind Chris Morrill and try and get that pass to happen as quick as possible because that just opened the door for Robert Richards to close in as they're 2 car lengths away from each other.
Yeah, Jared, and another thing for our viewers watching, these are the 2 cars out of 3 cars racing tonight to keep your eyes on all night. That's the 11 of David Owens in that NOS Energy car and Robert Richards in that 99 Red Bull purple and black Toyota Supra. Those 2 are battling it out for the championship along with Sam Milliken in the number 17 Otterbox car, and he's further back in the pack in P9 at this moment. Scotty Estep looks to be making a charge up to the front as he's now gaining closer and closer to Robert Richards. We're really got to keep an eye on how these drivers are using their tires. We're going to have some comers and goers if this is a green flag race for the majority of this race tonight.
Yeah, Scotty was a tenth faster that last lap on Robert Richards, and Robert Richards about 0.8 of a second, not 8 tenths. 0.08 of a second. I had to do my math real quick. Faster than David Owens there.
It's all right, Jared. You're doing a great job. I get confused. I just learned what tenths, hundreds, and thousands meant the other night as David Owens looks like he might have scraped the wall there. Coming down the backstretch here, it's Nashville as he enters turn 3.
And right behind them, Scotty kind of had a slip up. Toby Kelsey went to the inside, got a little tight as he almost got into the outside wall. But Toby Kelsey going to make the pass on the 048.
And there's Fred Lester, the number 12, Fox Racing Chevy Camaro there. Fred Lester's, looks like Toby got in the wall again on that right rear quarter fender. Smoke coming off of that contact to the wall. He's been lucky so far with contact early and staying relevant in this race. I don't think that car can afford to take too many more shots at that wall.
But yeah, I remember these cars are a composite body, but looking at the rear end of Toby Kelsey's car, that is not going to pop back into place. That is some damage there on the right rear, like you said, Kev. Definitely pushed in, and that's going to affect him aero-wise on the rear end.
Checking back up with the front of the pack, just to check in real quick, that's Jonathan Wright in that 04. Badass Ford Mustang, Chris Morrill in the number 5. CAVOK Racing Ford Mustang. Going to be sitting at P2. And right now, your championship front runners, David Owens, but not far behind. That's Robert Richards in the 99. Those two are battling out literally for the championship. Along P5, that's Toby Kelsey leading that little group behind them in the Reese's Pieces ice cream. Or Reese's Cup. I don't know. I like Reese's Pieces more than Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but that's a discussion for another day. As Scotty Estep looks to try to get revenge back in that 51, trying to catch back up, but he's going to lose momentum out of turn 2 and let Fred Lester look to his inside.
Yeah, he's just going to get freight trained on the outside there. He's going to allow Joe Volpes, and now Sam Milliken's got to try and get up there and take away that open spot there in between them.
Yeah, right now this is where the action's at on the track. It's this group of cars right now.
Now Sam's in a tough spot. They're both going to stall out in front of him in the corner. He's going to have a momentum and run as Joe gets onto the apron. That's going to slow him up. And now Andrew Bolander going to the outside of the 17.
As Joseph Vupas is getting a little loose there coming in turn 2, coming out of turn 2. Just something to keep eyes on. We're already 23 laps in, and these tires are probably already getting degraded already during this run. So just something to keep an eye on as these cars get looser and looser through this run. And Jared, as our residence pit window expert, do you have an idea when these cars might be coming on this green flag stop?
Yeah, Kev, with these kind of tires on these NASCAR Xfinity cars, I'm seeing about, well, they could probably last maybe a run and a half before the wear is just too bad, but it's going to be more important on fuel with these with the fuel limit, 13.7 gallons in these race cars, and I'm going to estimate, due to my math, I'm going to guess around 48, 49 is when the fuel will run out depending on the throttle management, but we could see as early as lap 45 to make it to the end of this race.
All right, Jared, thank you very much. Man, we just showed a great battle there with Joseph Vulpa, Sam Milliken. Joseph is really getting loose coming into out of these turns, so just something to keep an eye on as he's starting to lose more and more time. But they went 3 wide at Sam Milliken, Scotty Estep. That was a great battle there for position. As we check back up with the front of the pack with Jonathan Wright as the leader. and Chris Morrill right in tow. Seems like Robert Richards might just be biding his time there, kind of just happy he's close to David, and that's all he really needs to focus on for this race right now. As long as he has that guy right in front of him, he's in a little bit of a good spot there.
Yeah, and there's really 3 parts to this race, or 3 pit stops, so to say. So you kind of get a break when you get those pit stops. So he can let David have this first third of the race. He only really needs to be there on the last lap coming on the start-finish line in front of David Owens. So he can let David run in front of him now. It's not going to hurt anything. Might hurt the ego just a little bit to see your championship rival running in front of you. But as long as you're close to him, you're still in the chase.
Checking in with our drivers further back in the pack a little bit. That's number 34, South Park car right there. That's going to be Robert Babcock, rookie this season. He's up 4 spots from the beginning of this race. And then there is Matt Oppinger having a little trouble, but he's way back there for Matt. He's back running P15 right now. And Alex McCorder that we checked in on earlier, way back there, P16, back 6 spots from the beginning of this race. So just things to keep an eye on. Might have burned up those tires a little too soon. Hitting that wall also would have affected them there, Jared.
Yeah, definitely not a comfortable race car. As the top 4 are getting really close together on the end of this run. David Owens got up to the rear bumper of Chris Morrill, who's right on the rear bumper of Jonathan Wright. And here comes Robert Richards to join this group of 4. See David Owens getting a little bit lower than Chris Morrill, trying to get some clean air on the nose of his race car. See if he does it again here in 3 and 4, as Robert's going to try and throw it in there. Hope it sticks. Try and get a run on the exit of the corner. David Owens using a lot more racetrack than Robert there. He's going to have a run down the front straightaway on Chris. Got to try and see where his run takes him. Might see a little bit of a crossover here on the exit. Pressure's on. David Owens ran almost a tenth faster the last lap. About dead even with Chris Morrill there, coming across the stripe.
Ooh, Chris getting real loose there out of turn 2 there, Jared, is it's going to open the door for David Owens and Robert Richards probably to get by on Chris, but Robert Richards is going to have the tougher job coming into this turn.
Yeah, he's going to throw it in there. Not quite clear, but Chris gives him a break.
Yeah, Chris lost the rear end there just a little bit, saved it. Great job, but he's going to take it easy to cool those tires off to get the traction he needs to get around this track. But yeah, it looks like a 2-horse race right now between David Owens and Robert Richards. Let's check in on our other championship driver right now. That's Sam Milliken. He's running P8 right now, up 3 spots from the beginning of this race. He is he's not looking too bad there, mired back in there, a little bit of traffic, but he can't afford to let these guys get too much further away at this early in the race, because they could just start to snowball and just become too insurmountable of a lead to have a chance at this championship race tonight.
Yeah, but remember, Kev, last season we had a late race yellow, which brought even more yellows. So 3 overtime attempts, so things can still happen like we saw there at Michigan. A lot of late race yellows that caught up some playoff drivers. With a relatively the same number of cars on track as we got today. David Owens closing the gap just a little bit there on Jonathan Wright. Now down to a half second. It's 10th faster last lap.
Robert Richards might have touched the wall there a little bit. Might have just kissed the bricks just a little bit. As we saw some concrete dust come off of that right rear quarter fender, but car looks like it's not in too bad a shape at all.
Yeah, that car looks fine. No worse for wear for Robert Richards. About 11 more laps to go, and we'll probably start seeing some green flag pit stops, Kev.
All right, those are always exciting here, Jared, in the QRL. They seem like something that these drivers least practice, but I will be surprised if these guys should have been practicing this for this championship race, but we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on these entrances because they are always exciting. All right, and it looks like Fred Lester might have came in for a pit stop there, Jared. I'm having him come out on lap 37, so Fred Lester maybe already came in for those fresh tires, and we'll see where he ends up after. See how big of a difference those tires are going to do for Lester, especially if they're wearing these tires out that fast. Lester might be having an advantage coming in early.
Yeah, but the advantage won't get him to the end of the race on that pit stop. So he'd still be short on fuel. What he's going to need is probably a yellow as Robert Richards dives it to the inside of David Owens up front. They're going to be side by side exiting 4.
And there's the pass as Chris Morrill in the background gets into the outside barrier wall on turn 4, out of turn 4. All right, let's see what Robert Richards in that 99 Red Bull Toyota Super Machine can do with the fresh air. They still have Jonathan Wright out in front of them, but this is the battle right now for the championship to see who comes home with the hardware to.
Robert had a little bit of a bobble there on the exit of 4. It's going to allow David Owens to get momentum on that corner entry.
Yeah, and Chris Morrill is struggling. That right side of that Ford Mustang is all torn up there, Jared. He must have gotten that wall awfully hard, but let's get back to that battle at hand with Robert and David Owens. Yeah, Fred Lester's running a 30.78 compared to our leader. Their last lap was 31.38. So just a little bit of info there to help our viewers at home to judge the difference there between the fresh and old tires. But like Jared, you made a great point. It's not going to help his fuel mileage situation.
Yeah, he could be trying to undercut, maybe hoping that there might be a yellow when green flag pit stops start happening to maybe get some track position.
Another battle further back. Looks like Scotty Estep, Sam Milliken, and Chris Morrill. Morrill looks like he's gone. He's headed back through the field with that damage to that right front of that vehicle. But it's going to be up to Scotty and Sam to make the pass work and not lose momentum. All right, Alex McCorder is in the pit. He is pitting here at lap 44. Let's keep an eye on our leaders here, see when this might be happening for them.
David Owens heading down pit road. Gonna try and undercut Robert Richards. Try and get the tire advantage early. On exactly lap 45, so still good on the fuel number. It'd be close for him, but still good.
And Jared, you're hoping that These drivers going to lap 45 are thinking 2 more stops after this to complete the race.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Robert Richards and Toby Kelsey down pit road. Followed along by Scotty Estep, Chris Morrow, and Dave Kirkpatrick. Now I'm going to say let's put an eye on David Owens as he hits turn 3 and 4, see where Robert Richards comes out at. As he hits the front straightaway now, Robert Richards exiting pit road.
Yeah, David's in the 1, middle of 2, and out of the exit.
Oh, it's going to be close on exit. David's going to have the momentum.
Quite a bit of momentum too there, Jared. Great call. He's got about 4 car lengths on him.
Oh, Jonathan Wright crashed, I think. At least that's what my SDK is telling me.
Yeah, let's take a look, see if we can pick up what happened there.
Oh, he spun out coming to pit road. Too much brake bias on the rear end. It sent that car around. Didn't go into the grass. So no body damage, but that's going to hurt his time immensely.
All right, and let's take a look at Toby Kelsey here. Toby Kelsey looked like he came back on track, but it looks like he's just fine. Might have just hit some of that corner. Matt Oppinger checking on Matt.
Oh, yeah, Toby Kelsey was just on cold tires on the bottom of 2 and just went into the infield. Didn't hit anything, but he did go a little bit off-roading. I think he heard about Sam Milliken's Jared Kelly Dirt Track Award, and he wanted to earn one himself.
Yeah, but it's fun. I got a lot of crashes coming in the pit lane, just like you said, Jared. Drivers not adjusting their bias or just coming in way too hot on these old tires. It's hard to practice pit entries on old tires.
Robert Babcock leading this race right now, as he just called on the radio that he was pitting.
All right, as he brings it down on the apron, getting hard on those brakes. How's he do? He's gonna, is he gonna save it, Jared? He does. Yes, he gets it under control and down. Great job there by Robert Richards. You know, NASCAR might need to think about putting those aircraft carrier tow straps on these aircraft carriers on pit lane to slow these cars down from overshooting their entry.
Well, Kev, I like to say that you're right, but I don't think it's because of the excessive speed. These drivers, they get to manage their brake bias. It's an in-car adjustment that they can do. And they could be setting it more to the rear when they're braking on the corner entry. But when they come down pit road, if those brakes are set to the rear more than the front, it's going to brake the rears faster. And in dirt car racing, that's actually how we rotate our cars on corner entry. So it can spin us around here on the pavement. So you got to remember to reset that brake bias when you're coming to pit road, move it towards the front so that you're not spinning out and losing those precious seconds on pit road.
Jared, speaking of dirt track racing, don't you have a little series getting ready to fire up here in a few weeks?
I do. Bonfire Dirt Series heading to dirt. Those cup and truck guys, they're too scared to get their trucks and cup cars dirty. So I'm bringing the dirt to Bonfire. We're going to be racing the pro late models. Going to be hosting a practice session Thursday night starting at 8 o'clock. Moving the time back, trying to get more people in.
All right, and Jared, that's this Thursday?
This Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, and where can people go to get more information, Jared?
www.bonfireracingleague.com.
Hey now, that's what I'm talking about, Jared. Great segue, great segment. And as we get back to talking racing, we did witness a pass there by Robert Richards on David Owens. So either Owens trying to save his tires a little bit more or just struggling, but Robert Richards seems to have his number as he takes over that first place and has almost a half a second lead at this moment.
And I just got word from the garage that the number 5 car, Chris Morrill, the damage from the outside wall hurt some of the suspension. He's been taken to the garage, and he will not be coming back out on track.
All right, Jared, thank you again for that awesome pit side reporting you do. Always can count on you for up to the moment updates from down on the ground.
Oh, we got a yellow. We got a spin. Front stretch. Robert Babcock.
Robert Babcock is turning that Chevy Camaro into a John Deere lawnmower right there as he tries to get this thing back on the apron, and safely doing so as that yellow flag waves, Jared. Looks like all the drivers completed their pit stops tonight, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any more strategy. But these drivers just came in on lap 45 to 47, and we are only 9 laps or so into that tire stint.
Yeah, it just looked like Robert Babcock got loose out turn 4, like all the drivers are saying about practice, and just took a trip through the infield grass. Luckily, didn't hit anything on his way out of the grass, that being cars or the outside wall. But everybody's going to come down pit road, and I see a little bit of damage on that 11 car on the right side passenger door. As pit stops start happening, fill up with fuel. Probably some brand new race tires. Jonathan Wright going to lead pit road, and Andrew Bonelander opting for fuel only. I think maybe right sides for Fred Lester, and everyone else coming out. David Owens getting those damages repaired.
And it looks like the 34 of, the 37 of Chris Smith's going to be our leader there, Jared. Did not come in for a pit stop there. Still on lap 48 on my last pit sequence. So he did not decide to, oh, there he comes. He decides better. Maybe he was a lap car there, Jared, and I wasn't paying attention, but the pit is open for him as he brings it on in, and that's going to lead Jonathan Wright, like you said earlier, Jared, to be our leader. And I think they're going to give Robert Babcock the wave around eventually. Jared, I'd like to take this time and thank one of our sponsors, been with us through the whole season, and that's FarmersOnly.com, Jared. You don't have to be lonely at FarmersOnly.com. Want to a big shout out to them for our inboard cameras, nose cameras, and bumper cameras, and also to the Goodyear blimp that flies across this beautiful racetrack, waving up down from 1,000 feet above. We couldn't have done it without them through this season, so big shout out to all the men and women that have captained the airship this season.
Kev, I could not agree more with you. These camera angles are spectacular from our crew back in the CAVOK trucks.
I couldn't keep a straight face there. I'm sorry, but you're totally correct. Totally correct. But Jared, as we get ready to go green flag racing, I think we're gonna have a little crank it up segment. I love when these cars get dialed up all together, stacked up, and we get those great camera angles from around the track. So as we go to the green flag, we're gonna have a little crank it up segment. Turn up the speakers at your house, rattle the china cabinet as we get ready to go green flag racing. right, Jared. We want to say big appreciation to all the camera angles there. It was a great job. Crank it up. Hopefully didn't break any of that china in the cabinet. We're back to live racing as Jonathan Wright keeps the lead out of that new restart there. And Andrew Bolander in the number 4 Gravedigger Ford Mustang is going to pick up P2. Fred Lester's P3. Robert Richards mired back in P4. And great call by you there, Jared. Looks like David Owens might have lost a few spots, getting maybe a little more damage repaired on that number 11.
Yeah, he's going to have some work to do as he's got past 3 cars to get up to the rear bumper of Robert Richards. But nothing we haven't seen before. David cutting his way through the field. One of those guys is his teammate and Joe Vulpes.
As David makes an aggressive move down to the apron to get side by side to the inside of Joseph Vulpes. See if this pays off, but that was an aggressive move. Might lose some momentum or definitely eat up some of those tires. As he shuts the door, slides up in front of Vulpes and takes that spot away.
Oh, the 12 gets sideways.
12's off in the infield. That's Lester. Lester's inside on the infield grass. Looks like he saves it. No worse for wear. Take a quick rewind of that, see what happened to Lester. Looks like Lester just gets loose coming out of 4, Jared. And just like we've seen in practice all day long, takes it through the infield. Some of these drivers might need to get some El Toro or John Deere sponsorships after this race.
Actually, I think they might be throwing in their applications for the Tony Kanaan lawn cutting service.
Oh, very well done there. As Jonathan Wright, still our leader, battling out Andrew Bolander. Good to see some cars up front that we haven't seen in a while, but we got the 04 and the 4. Definitely gonna have to talk to race administration about these numbers, because isn't an 04 and an 04 the same thing, Jared?
No, there's a separate number separating them.
Oh, okay, very well. I'll let it slide. All right, as Robert Richards in the comfortably, but not too comfortably. He's P3 right now, getting battled by the 65 of Mitch Diamond. Diamond almost gets up into that door panel as he comes down to turn 3. Oh, they do touch. That says Robert Richards. Oh, just up wide, but they do touch each other. And David Owens is going to take that spot away from Robert Richards. Richards has to be fuming underneath that helmet right now. I think I can see the smoke fogging up the visor, because he can't be too happy with Mitch Diamond right now.
Yeah, a little bit of wheel hop, but he is under David Owens right now. They're going to be racing side by side. 3 wide, almost at the 2.
And don't look now, but Sam Milliken. Sam Milliken is only 1 spot away behind Toby Kelsey, just hanging out. You don't see him going too wide. He's taking care of that Chevy Camaro OtterBox sponsored vehicle, and he's just watching these two go side by side. This might pay off for Sam. But Sam quietly has been moving his way up to the back bumper of these two. And these 3, ladies and gentlemen, are your championship drivers in contention for the hardware tonight.
Yeah, with Robert Richards and David Owen, they're almost running 31-second lap times. Sam Milliken ran a 30-point or a 31.0. As they come across the stripe, is going to update for me. So that last lap, they were running 31 seconds, while Sam Milliken ran a 30.8. So almost 2/10 faster with these guys racing side by side, but they are racing for a championship.
There you go, guys, ladies and gentlemen. In that shot, you got the 11, the 99, and the 17. Those are your championship 3. Due to Nate Maurer having a family emergency. So everyone looking for Nate Maurer tonight. He was unfortunately caught up in a family emergency. He's not able to make it tonight. So big regards and shout out to Nate for this season and everything he did to make it this far. As the 99 and 11 still door to door for the last 3 laps. This is every part of this track counts. This could be what decides the winner tonight, who gets this position.
Yeah, they almost touched doors there coming across the stripe.
Jared, is it better to touch doors than touch tips?
Oh, 3 wide down to 2. Sorry, I had to cut you off, but they're 3 wide.
No, they are. Jared, a 51. Toby Kelsey's going to make this interesting as Robert Richards backs on out of it. Yeah, but Sam Milliken's going to get the door shot on him as he has to let off because of Robert Richards letting off. That is too bad for Sam. Sam saw an opening and Robert just shut the door on him and decided not to run him over. So Robert Richards definitely, the 17 of Sam definitely owes Robert one there.
Oh, and Robert is not happy with the 51, making it 3 wide there out of 2.
Well, then maybe the 99 needs to get up out of the way and let the faster car by, but that's just my opinion. But things are heating up, Jared, as Robert Richards now in the second spot of the Championship 3. Sam Milliken is your third driver in that chase, and he is looking strong behind as he's starting to maybe save those tires a little bit more than these other two. And we'll have to see how this green flag run sorts itself out.
Yeah, I do not think the tires are agreeing with either Robert or David Owens' cars right now after them racing side by side for that long. I think Sam, if he's got a tire advantage, he's got a big one. Just got to remember not to tear up his stuff and pick them off one at a time. As I think he also has damage on the rear end of that car.
Yeah, Jared, but Sam, if he does have that advantage from not burning up, he's got to get the most out of it. And yes, he does have damage. Looked like someone got in the back behind him there. But that pit window might be opening up not too far from this future, so he needs to make advantage of where he can. Checking back up with the front of the pack, that's Jonathan Wright still out in the lead. In that 04 Ford Mustang, Badass Motorsports. Andrew Bolander is going to be up 12 spots from the beginning of this race, and he is now running P2. And then that's number 4, Andrew Bolander. Mitch Diamond, number 65, up 10 spots, running P3. Scotty Estep, after a little bit of a bobble earlier, is up P4, running great. But right behind him, that's David Owens, Toby Kelsey, and Robert Richards. Sam Milliken. Dave Kirkpatrick's going to be P9. Joseph Volpis running that number 98 car, running P10. Chris Smith, P11. Christopher Knott, our rookie, running P12. Alex McCorder struggled earlier, hit the outside wall a couple times, but keeping that car on the track, not doing too bad of a job. All right, looks like Robert Babcock's bringing that number 34 into the pit lane as he comes in on lap 77. All right, Jared, that battle for P7 between Robert Richards and Sam Milliken looks like it might be heating up here as Robert Richards slams the wall. And there goes Sam. Sam with that clean Chevy Camaro. Back end might be a little dented, but hey, that's all right if your back end's pushed in a little. As Sam shuts the door on the 99 and is going to take off behind Toby Kelsey. Now his next man to get is David Owens if he can continue racing a solid line here.
Yeah, and Sam's 1 second behind David. Looks like David might be running some faster laps than old Sam Milliken.
And Robert Richards has company as Dave Kirkpatrick and Joseph are starting to gain on Robert.
Yeah, that slap on the outside wall is not going to go well. If we saw anything with Chris Morrill, it's just going to make him lose position after position after position. He needs a yellow, but he cannot be the reason for the yellow.
All right, Jared, looks like we got David Owens 0.4 of a second ahead of Sam and holding right there. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And Toby Kelsey is going to be the next victim for Sam probably here if Sam can find a way around. Keep that momentum up. He's doing a great job right now.
And in front of David Owens is a lap car, Robert Babcock. It'll be interesting to see how soon he gets out of the way for the championship leader at the moment.
All right, it looks like David Kirkpatrick's going to make a move on Robert Richards on the inside. They come out of turn 2. He's got his left rear quarter fender as Dave takes it down low, sends it in there deep, making it stick.
He slid up the racetrack a little bit there on entry.
Oh, baby! He shuts the door on Robert, and he says, sayonara, baby. I'm off to turn 1. Great job there by Dave. As long as Dave now can keep that lead in front of Robert. He's done a great pass there. As we take a look up at the front, David Owens now. Toby Kelsey and Sam Milliken all within the same frame shot of the camera angle here. Let's take a look how Scotty does with the lap traffic. See if 34 what the 34 does. Maybe we get an idea. But remember that 34 is on fresh tires. He just came in on a pit stop, so something to keep an eye on. Sam Milliken passes Toby Kelsey now on the inside, trying to make that move on that Reese's Ice Cream Peanut Butter Cup Camaro. Toby's
clears him there.
Yeah, Toby's giving him everything he can get, but Sam clears. All right, now Sam's got his eyes set on that number 11. That number 11, that car in front of him is the championship leader at this moment right now, Jared. I know his palms must be getting sweaty. Heart rate's getting up there as this race is over halfway through tonight.
Yeah, but if he's got what it takes to be a champion, he got to remember that you can't overdrive the car in the corner. I know the leader's in front of you for the championship, but you can't overdrive it. You can't ruin your tires. Remember, him and David Owens and Robert Richards were racing side by side for like 7 laps. As he's catching up to him, man. Right on the rear bumper.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
David's trying to hold on with everything he get. David can be a hard pass, so let's see how this battle, where Sam's going to make his move.
Little bobble there out of David. Momentum's going to go to Sam Milliken. As answer 1, he looks to the inside, nothing there. He's got to back out of it.
Hey, further back in our picture, though, Jared, it looks like Toby Kelsey and Robert Richards are back together again. Remember that move that Kelsey made that might have upset Robert, so something to keep an eye on as this just continues to unfold.
David Owens a little bit faster there on that last lap. David gets a little tight there in the center of the corner. It's going to allow Sam to get a little bit of a run on the exit.
Oh, Robert Richards loose, coming down the Geico restart line. He locks it up, takes it off to the inside corner. No worse for wear. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. All right, I'm going to rewind the crash, see exactly what took place there. 51-99 door-to-door action. 99 just gets loose, no contact, just gets it back in loose, does a great job of saving it. Vulpes goes...
Oh, and Joe. Yeah, Joe Vulpes also, I don't know what happened to him.
I'm going to rewind it, Jared, see if we take a quick look, quick gander at exactly...
He just turned into the outside wall.
You know what? I wonder. Looks like, yeah, little interesting. Looks like he might have got a little loose, overcorrected real quick. I'm not sure, Jared.
Well, I'm looking at his driver cam, and so Robert Richards spins around, and the nose is facing Joe, and Joe just turns right.
Very interesting. All right, Jared, our driver's coming in for pit stops. I think so, but I mean, they're going to use this set, and they'll have one more set left, I believe.
Well, Jonathan and Andrew have to come in. They did not pit for tires there at that last stop. Chose the track position. It worked out for them in their favor. So they're going to get 4 fresh Goodyear rubbers. It's going to be interesting to see the race out pit road for Sam Milliken and David Owens.
Sam bobbles just a little bit on this pit stop. David Owens a little bit better job. Left side's going on the car. Jack's away. Here comes Mitch Diamond. Jonathan Wright out again. The 4. Sam Milliken. Oh, he's going to lose a spot to David Owens there. David Owens going to get the lead back.
Yeah, they came in, or they came out just as they came in. But that's going to put both of them on the 3rd row, starting right next to each other.
All right, let's take a look at the pit stop times between the two in the last one. David Owens had a 14-second .97. Sam Milliken had a 14.70. Just seemed like David had the advantage, maybe being a little closer there to the pit line, since he had the first box. That might have been where the advantage came out of. All right, Jared. So when this flag drops, there should be close to 40 laps left. We know the cars can probably make that on fuel. It's just, can they make it on tires? And is someone going to take a gamble, maybe come in and pit? Some's going to try to stay out on fuel mileage. It's going to be close.
Yeah, once we get the one to go, I can start doing my calculation with fuel, see when the fuel window opens, and if they can make it to the end.
All right, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at Robert Richards' 99 there. Left side looks pretty clean. Back end looks great, but that right side is a little tweaked. That right front quarter fender, right rear quarter fender does have damage on that Toyota Supra for Robert, but did a great job of saving it and not sending it into the wall. So Robert's going to be starting this thing off back in P12. Sam Milliken, David Owens, though, right next to each other in P5, P6. So just some more things for everyone to keep an eye on as this race starting to really pick up in excitement as we're on the home stretch here now with our second caution.
Yeah, it looks like Robert Richard had a 40-second pit stop that goes along with the 15 seconds for the service for fuel and tires, and the extra 25 seconds for repairs. Who knows if that's all the repairs he needed. And I believe, if my math is correct, that should have been the last stop of the race.
I think it is. It's just, Jared, if you knew you can make it to the end of the race, do you go as hard as you can and pit, or you think you're not going to have enough time to make that up with the driver staying out on the track?
Yeah, I don't really see it happening. I mean, I think the highest tire or lap time was a 31.8, and the fastest we've seen is a 30.4, so I don't think it's going to be enough to make the difference, as Jonathan Wright's going to lead the field here in the Geico restart zone for the last part of the race, hopefully.
Jonathan Wright, Mitch Diamond, Andrew Bolander get it all straightened out. Scotty Estep there, but Scotty Estep's a little slow on the inside line. Sam Milliken's going to succeed that spot to David Owens and fall in behind Owens. And
Robert Babcock spinning in the out of 2. No yellow.
No yellow yet. Looks like the race control's not going to throw the yellow on that one, but we get back to the front. It looks like the 2 4s are battling out for front position. That's Jonathan Wright and Andrew Bolander. Side-by-side action here as they come across the start-finish line here at Nashville Super Speedway. Oh, David Owens. Yep.
Yeah, Scotty Estep cut the nose of David Owens, championship driver. Gonna make him lose momentum. Does Sam Milliken take the run? Not big enough. Oh, he is gonna look to the inside.
David Owens getting impatient with that number 48, Scotty Estep, as he looks to the inside to make a move and get past that roadblock. And he does cleanly. Now Sam needs to do the same. Hopefully Scotty stays up, allows Sam to get by him and let that championship race continue the battle. As Alex McCorder gets a little loose, he gets turned into Dave Kirkpatrick, and there's an accident in the back. Oh, then Richards gets collected, and that also damaged to Richards' car as he spins it towards the infield wall. Robert Richards cannot buy a break there, Jared, as he's involved in yet another incident. Oh, my. And it looks like David Owens, Sam Milliken, when they come get ready to get regridded, they'll be behind each other. But the plot thickens here at Nashville Super Speedway for this championship round. All right, Jared, I'm going to grab a drink. I'm going to let our viewers take in the sights and sounds, and we'll be right back with action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our third caution tonight. It's getting towards the tail end of this race. "37 laps here when when the pace car comes in. We'll probably have close to 35 laps left in this stint. And Jared, do we have any takers for tires on that last stint, if you were paying attention?
Yeah, Kevin, I see, if I look at it right, I see Robert Babcock, Joe Volpes, Toby Kelsey came down pit road. I think Robert Richards also came down pit road.
And that should be their last set of tires, if I
Joe Volpez also down pit road. Alex McCorder. Christopher Knott. Dave Kirkpatrick also in pit road. As he goes down again for a second time. But the pace car lights are off. We're going to go back racing on lap 100. David Owens in the 4th spot. Sam Milliken in the 6th spot. You know, Sam had a choice there. He could have pitted, try and get a little bit of a tire advantage, some fresh Goodyear rubbers. I think he probably could have had one set left for a late race yellow.
Yeah, it's a hard gamble. I mean, because if things go green, you're going to regret not putting that set on, but get another yellow, you're going to be definitely happy you had that set in the bank. So looks like Owens and Sam are both in the same boat right now. So Robert Richards, if this thing goes green, keep an eye on Richards with the fresh tires. But that car is damaged severely. So we'll have to see how those two things pan out. As all three cars in the championship race, that's the 99, the 17, and the 11, all have a little bit of damage. 99 on fresher tires, we believe.
And here comes Dave Kirkpatrick near the rear of the field at full speed. Is he gonna Kyle Busch the restart? No, it does not look. He got woed up. He will not be Kyle Busch in the restart. David Owens to the outside, trying to look to see if he can get a run on the 4 of Andrew Bolander.
Mitch Diamond looking to the inside of Jonathan Wright, trying to take that lead position away. Has to woe it up, slow it down to get through entry. Scotty Estep in the 11, door to door. Toby Kelsey. Oh, 65 gets loose, Jared.
He saved it.
Mitch Diamond gets loose, saves the car, and avoids all incidents as he gets back in line. All right, Toby Kelsey looks like he gets out of the way of that number 17 and lets the 17 by, as the 17 now has 11 in sights. David Owens still working on the back of Scotty Estep. He probably is very frustrated right now trying to get around him. But Scotty's going to go to the outside. David's going to take the inside line. And it looks like Sam's lining up that inside line run also. He dives it down low. Look out. Looks like Scotty's going to give the 17 room there, Jared.
I don't think he really had a choice there going into one. Looked like some close racing to me, but he's got to get around the 048 and fast, or David Owens going to pull away. Don't look now, but Robert Richards sitting in that 6th position behind Scotty Estep.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on his lap times right now, Jared. We're going to see what he ran this time by. Compare it.
Looked like he ran 100s faster than Sam Milliken. Sam Milliken ran about a 10th faster than David Owens that last run. But we saw David do this in that first segment, that first run, green flag run, kind of take it easy at the very start of the race, save the tires, and keep them for the end of the race.
Wow, Jared, pretty exciting stuff. We have all three of our contenders for the championship all in one single frame shot here of the camera. So with only 29 laps left to go in this race, Robert Richards is definitely pouring it all out right now.
Yeah, as he makes the pass on the 048,
This would be an amazing accomplishment by him and his pit crew to get that car back together from a couple of those incidents, back together on that track and still in contention for a championship. This is where you leave it all on the line for these drivers and pit crew and Chief, as they spend all season working hard for this moment to bring home the hardware and the championship for the second season here in the QRL.
Sam Milliken sees the 99 coming, wanted to push the issue with David, but he got the door shut on him.
Toby Kelsey in the back shot of your camera making a move on the Miller Lite car there. Or the Coors Banquet beer there. As Sam sniffing down there low on the left rear quarter fender of David. Jared, we couldn't ask for anything else right now. Two front cars are on the same tire package, and Robert Richards seems to have the fresher tires at this moment, so definitely hold on to your seats if you're even sitting down still. As David Owens comes down, pinches Sam there a little bit, Jared.
Yeah, Sam looked like he got a little loose there as well on the bottom of the corner. Robert Richards going to take advantage of the lost momentum on both of them.
What a move there by Robert Richards, Jared.
Yeah, Robert Richards almost has 7-lap newer tires than David Owens.
And if this thing goes green, Jared, that's going to be a huge advantage. Just depends on how much Robert's actually using up his tires right now to make these passes. David's got to do everything he can in his power to keep Robert behind him and make it his life as tough as possible. Because if he gets by him, he might be gone. And Sam,
there he goes. He's going to pitch him.
It's
Push
like Robert
him all the way to the apron.
Yeah, Robert saw that coming, was prepared to go down to the apron.
Now this is going to be fun. These guys have been racing side by side. We've seen it before for multiple laps. What does Sam Milliken do? Does he try and do what Toby Kelsey did and put it 3 wide?
If there's a gap there, Jared, I don't see why not. Make those other drivers' lives way more uncomfortable. Maybe they make a mistake, but you got to take it. If there's a gap, you got to fill it.
Two more laps left to go.
This is an amazing finish. I would not have suspected we'd have all 3 drivers right now battling it out this close together. What a battle we have.
Yeah, and this isn't even for the lead of the race. This is for the championship. Jonathan Wright leading the race with Andrew Bolander right behind him.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that one, Jared, as it goes by. But we do know the lead story is the P3, 4, and 5 right now as they battle it out for that last championship position. Looks like Robert Richards might have backed off a little bit from David, maybe conserving his tires, but I don't know. Seems like he's having a little bit of a moment there coming out of turn 4. Just a slight bobble maybe, just something to keep an eye on.
To go this time by.
Everybody seems very complacent to where they're running right now. Maybe they're just trying to save those tires up for the last Hail Mary at the end, but only time will tell. All right, taking a little bit further back. This is starting to allow Scotty Estep and Toby Kelsey to catch this group in front of him. Sam needs to be careful not to get these guys by him, so it makes it harder for him to make his line work, basically, Jared. He needs to get going as these two start to catch up.
Yeah, as Robert kind of slides up the racetrack, or kind of runs a lane above, he's going to open the door for Sam. He's going to look to the inside. Not enough there to take it.
They're all over the back bumper of Sam. Sam's got to get it going here. And David Owens has made such a big gap now. Seems like maybe Robert was slowing down, conserving his tires maybe a little bit for the end of this race, but David Owens out to a considerable, little bit of a lead there now. Over about 6 car lengths at least.
There's Sam Milken with the run, side by side. Clears him.
Just barely, Jared, as he gets the door up and does a great job keeping wow, what a move there by Sam to keep Robert behind him. What a move. Shuts the door. He knew exactly where Robert was going, and he mirrored it perfectly as he makes the pass and holds him off. Now, can he keep him held off and gain on David Owens is the big question. With only 15 laps to go here, Jared, he might be running out of time. David has over a second lead right now over Sam, but Robert Richards seems to battle back on the inside. Sam shuts the door on that as they come across the start-finish line with 14 to go now as the laps keep ticking by. Might have been too late for Sam with that pass on Robert Richards to make a move on David, but only time will tell here.
Yeah, Sam's going to need to start making up tenths every lap to have a hope of catching David. Oh, did I hear somebody blow up? I think that might have been in pit road.
Robert Richards making the move to the inside. Got the run on Sam. Has the position. Now can he make it stick as they come into turn 3?
And that's just going to slow them both down. David Owens has a 1.5 as Robert Richards get really sideways there out of exit of 4.
Oh, they almost touched, Jared.
I think they did touch.
This is exactly what David Owens wants to see out of his back window. And that's the view David Owens wants to see right there. Those two battling out side by side. Side-to-side action as they're trying to do everything they can to at least take home second place. But second place, you don't get a trophy or your name in the annuals as the champion. You're just the first loser. And these two need to pick it up as David Owens is running away with this championship lead.
Yeah, at this rate, there has to be a late race yellow as we hit 10 to go.
Yeah, David's almost at a 2-second lead on the interval. As Robert Richards now makes the pass on Sam and takes over P2. But is it too little, too late? With 10 laps to go till David Owens seals the deal. David Owens joins the likes of Joey Styres in the inaugural season champion. Will he put his name up in laser woodcutting glory?
Richards in the wall. He got up into the outside wall. He's going to lose 2 spots.
The pressure's getting to Robert Richards now. Scotty S-Step is right door to door as he loses positions, and Sam is able to make it clear. But like we said, Jared, that was almost a caution that they needed to catch David. Can David Owens keep his comms be cool, calm, and collective? Here, David Owens as the laps. What's he got now? 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go as he hits the line. That lead has shrinking just a little bit, Jared, by maybe 0.4 of a second, but that's not going to be another 7 to go. The Sam is closing now, 1.2 behind, was 1.4. Oh, Robert Richards turns Scotty S-Step into the wall, Jared, and that's going to bring out a caution here as he spins the 48. I'm not saying he spun him, but I got to take a look at what happened exactly, Jared, as that brings out our caution with 6 laps to go. What a shakeup. David Owens' heart's got to be sinking in his chest, knowing that now he's going to have to reset and do this all over again, Jared.
Oh, yeah. Robert got loose there out of 4. Saw a little bit of a bobble. I'm in his in-car right now. He had to collect the car, and it pulls him to the bottom of the racetrack just right across the nose of Scotty S-Step.
Oh, tough break there for David Owens. Oof. I don't know, Jared. Don't really like the look of that one, but I guess that's a discussion for another day as they get ready to maybe take this pit lane. What are you going to do here, Jared? Do you stay out? Do you get tires?
You have to get tires. 4 fresh Goodyear tires is a must, but it's going to be the real decider on how much fuel you take. The less fuel you take, the lighter your car is, and the more downforce you have in the corners. The more fuel you take. Oh, Robert Richards going to stay out. He's going to gamble.
Not too much of a gamble. Oh, the Dave Kirkpatrick's also going to stay out, but man, I don't know if that's too much of a gamble if the whole field takes tires and those drivers you're trying to beat are right behind you. Well, Robert doesn't have another set of tires anyways, Jared, I believe, right? He came in and had those fresh tires as the other guy saved them, so he didn't even have a choice in the matter.
I think he had one more set left, but I think it was all just to get track position.
All right, here comes Mitch Diamond coming out of pit lane. Here comes David Owens. Sam Milliken. No, that's Jonathan Wright. Sam Milliken, a poor pit stop. Going to lose 3 spots between him and David. That's going to be a killer. Jared, I don't know. I don't know if Sam can... Man, I don't know. We're going to have to watch and find out. But 3 cars between him and David Owens now on the restart. Wow, Jared, what a finish to this race. We are in for a treat here.
Yeah, Robert Richards has a slow car and no new tires on that, so he's going to be really slow against these guys. But remember, he's probably only going to have 2 laps to make it to the end of this race. He has 2 laps to stay in front of David Owens for that championship. That could have been the move of the race, staying out. We'll have to see how wide he makes his car. And if he does make his car wide and they wreck, can Sam Milliken make it through?
Sam's pit length time total, Jared, from entry to exit was 49 seconds, .12. David Owens was a 44.02. So maybe Sam is struggling there on pit entry, or just getting into the stall maybe, or something like that, Jared. But or that last pit stop box that David Owens has from winning the pole is that important.
Well, Sam took all his tires. David Owens only had a 6-second pit stop, pit stop.
Oh, you're right, Jared.
He could have did right sides only. So Sam Milliken gonna have 4 tires against 2.
Jared, great
David
catch.
Owens.
Great catch, Jared. Thank you for bringing that up. Wow, Jared, this is insane. A car on no tires is your 99, Robert Richards. A car on 2 tires, you got David Owens in the 11. And a car on 4 fresh tires, that's going to be Sam Milliken in the 17. And all 3 of those drivers I just mentioned are going to be your contenders for the championship tonight with 3 laps to go in this shootout.
So yeah, Andrew Bolander, Toby Kelsey, also 4 fresh tires. Jonathan Wright with 4 fresh tires as well. So that's going to put everybody behind Mitch Diamond and David Owens on 4 fresh Goodyear tires. So if they can get around David, that's going to slow him up. But it's going to be a green-white checker attempt.
Attempt number 1, I believe, Jared. So keep that in mind. I think we have up to 3 here in the QRL.
Pace car lights are off, so we are going to go racing this time by. Every driver has a chance to win the champion, or the 3 have a chance to win the championship. All on differing strategies. We'll see how it goes here. It's overtime at Nashville.
Oh no, 4 taking high, 3 wide for David Owens. 4 wide, Jared, as the 4 gets up into the outer wall. 27 Kirkpatrick comes down low, gets loose. Not sure if they're touching. Sam Milliken makes drastic maneuver to down underneath Toby Kelsey for 3 wide. Underneath David Owens also. What a move by Sam. Sam drives it in hard. David Owens gets loose just a little as Sam stays off of him. As Sam comes down the front stretch, David cuts the nose off. Sam on those 4 fresh tires are up to temp, and now it's got his set sight. He's got 1 last lap to make this happen.
Yeah, but Robert Richards is still in front.
Did Robert Richards pull off the race-winning championship run, move, maneuver? It seems to look that way as he comes into turn 3 out of 4. Oh, Sam Milliken and Toby Kelsey wreck in the last quarter, and Robert Richards bringing it across the start-finish line. What a move. Congratulations to Robert Richards winning the championship this season. What a move for those no tires staying out in the track. The other drivers did not have enough to catch him, Jared. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and Mitch Diamond getting the win here for the last race of the season. I feel like there might be some controversy for that last yellow, but I don't really know what the decision will come to, since David Owens was racing for a championship. I think they will have to have other people look at it other than him, because he's racing for that title.
Yeah, Jared, we don't want to put anything in anybody's minds, but I was just saying I didn't like it, and that'll be up to everyone else to decide or what happens. But congratulations to Robert Richards. Had a great pit strategy move there at the end of the race, and he brings it home. I mean, that's what you got. I mean, he did what he had to do. Car was in multiple incidents and was still able to bring home the championship here at Nashville. So congratulations to Robert Richards and his teammates. One heck of a season here for the QRL and its finale of the season 2. And if anyone's interested in joining or wanting to be in this league, you can talk to David Owens. He is the administrator, and I'm sure they'd love to have you. Got anyone that would like to join, as I think the next season recruitment race is starting to happen in a couple weeks from now or so. But I'm sure we'll have David in here to talk all about that and some of these drivers as we get ready for that. Jared, I'm going to go ahead and you see anyone in there in our chat, go ahead and bring them in and get them through here so we can get out of here on this Wednesday night.
I don't see anybody at the moment.
Okay, we'll give a few minutes, of course. I'm sure we'll have some people
Robert
in there.
Richards is still celebrating on the front straightaway.
Yeah, he's going to get yep. Looks like he's he got the hand out the window, saluting all the fine folks and fans here in Nashville, Tennessee, as he shuts the car down and calls it a night there. Well, Jared, just want to say while we're here, great job tonight. Had a lot of fun broadcasting with you throughout the season. You really made my job a lot easier being up here in the booth with me. And just wanted to give a huge shout out to you for joining me, man, throughout the season.
Yeah, no problem, man. It was my pleasure, but my job's not over yet. We're down here in Victory Lane with the number 9 champion, Robert Richards. You stayed out on no tires while everyone else came down for 2 tires, 4 tires. And somehow, man, you got it done.
Yeah, dude, I don't know myself, man. I took a set of tires when I didn't mean to. When I got involved in that wreck, I spun out, or I got spun when I got involved, and I didn't realize I had them checked, and I took the last set. I was hoping to God that we get a long green flag run, so I didn't have to worry about it. And the caution came out, and so I just stayed out because I didn't have no tires. There was no point in me going in. I knew David was going to go in, and Sam. So I was pretty much just wanted to get a good jump. I think, I'm not sure, but David may have took 2 tires. So that helped out. Got a good restart. Didn't even try to fight for the lead. I just let him go and come home with it.
Yeah,
It was a tough race, man. It was a tough race. You know, huge congratulations to David and Sam, and unfortunately Nate couldn't make it tonight. He had some things going on. But I mean, the Final Four that was in here was probably, you know, the Final Four that needed to be based on the season. So huge congratulations to the other guys. They raced clean. David always races clean. Sam never had a problem with him. So just want to thank, you know, David for putting it on. You guys are here in the booth, yeah, feels good to be a champion for once. This is the first championship I've ever won.
Well, from one series champ to the other, congratulations. You had one of the best cars here today, but I would say your championship rival in the number 11, David Owens. You had a bad, fast race car today, battling for that championship lead. Unfortunately, the late race yellow comes out, and you pitted for 2 tires trying to have that gamble, and you just couldn't make any ground with the restart with the slow car in front of you, and came home second in the series. I know it's heartbreaking for you, but you had an incredible season.
Yeah, it was amazing season. Thanks for everybody that shows up. It's y'all for showing up and putting on the broadcast too. It's greatly appreciated. I tried, and I made a mistake on that last stop. Apparently, I didn't have my tires checked, and I went in and it just gave me fuel. So it was a mistake on my part. So definitely well earned by Robbie. So congratulations to him. A wonderful season racing with everybody. So can't thank everybody enough. So hopefully we'll start back up in a couple weeks, and we'll be good to go with another action-packed season.
Oh, it's great to hear it. And finally, from our third championship runner, almost had a chance there. Went with 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Just need a little bit more luck on his side. Sam Milliken, 3rd place overall in the season. And you didn't even get a win, man. You almost Matt Crafton this series by winning a championship and not even getting a win. But I feel like the win's coming for you, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting close, and I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a season. I'm still proud of just making it in the Final Four. That was a big goal of mine, and I just hit my year mark for getting into iRacing, so I know that I'm learning a little bit each week and improving. So excited for next season. Heck of a race, great battles there with David, with Robert. So lots of good, close side by side racing. Kept my strategy, I was just wanting to hang in there, keep the pressure, especially there on David, as I was just trying to stay on his bumper there in that last caution. Just strategy just didn't play out. Got stuck behind some, old tires, non-playoff drivers, but it is what it is. Proud of the 3rd place, and appreciate everything that admin's putting it on and you guys up in the booth.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what else you do in the series. I'll never forget when we were racing at Talladega and you would not get to my rear bumper and you pissed me off so bad. But yeah,
we'll battle it out on the dirt here in a few weeks.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, you'll be on my territory. But I'm gonna go on to the guy who finished 1st place, Mitch Diamond, your 2nd win of the QRL series. Came with that late race restart, and I think you had a little bit of a gamble. Did you take 2 tires there on that final restart?
Yeah, I took 2 tires, and it worked out perfectly. I was very happy.
Well, yeah, like you said, it worked out perfectly. You weren't even in contention for the win there at the end, and somehow you're able to slip your way through. Some would call it a Mickey Mouse win, but hey, man, a win's a win, and I'm not going to judge you for it. So
That's right. Yeah, JD dominated the race, and he deserved the win. But at the on pit road there, I just kind of snuck one from him, and the 2 cars out front, they had nothing. Their tires were pretty much done, so it all just worked out.
yeah, well, like you said, JD, you were the most dominant car. You were leading. You were gone. The win was yours, and the championship was a different story. But you had a dominant performance today. We covered you a little bit there at the beginning, leading the race, and weren't able to cover you as much because the battle for the championship was kind of overdoing it. But dominant performance, man.
Yeah, I was whipping some ass tonight, and Mitch Diamond, he's a hack. Just backing into wins. No, I'm just kidding. That's just how it goes. I don't know what the caution was for at the end, but I've never been so upset with 2nd. I hadn't won one of these things, and damn it, I want to win one.
The wise man strikes again.
Yeah. Damn wise, man.
Well, the win is definitely coming, and I can't wait to see what next season has in store for you. Probably a championship 4 favorite, if I'd have to guess. But yeah, you had a really good performance tonight, man. I'm going to try and see if I can go in here. We have a lot of people trying to get post-race interviews, so I'm going to try and hit all of you as fast as I can. So I'm going to go to who finished 5th. Joe, top 5 finish for you, man. I heard you were excited over David's stream. I kind of had it playing, trying to see what was going on and throughout the race. But you got a top 5, man. Can't be mad about that.
Considering where I was about, I don't know, 2 laps prior to that on that last restart, car was completely broken there towards the end of the race. I got blindsided on the second to last restart with like 50 to go, and it pretty much totaled the car to being competitive. And I was just cruising around pretty much at the back there with a few other guys. I think me, Alex, and Dave, we were just all cruising around in like 12th, 13th, and 14th. Last restart happens, chaos happens, and pretty much days have thundered my way through everything on the last lap to go from, I don't know, 12th or 13th to finishing 5th. So I'm not going to complain about it. I'll take 2 top 5s to close out the season.
Well, you definitely probably have some more top 5s coming in season 3, assuming that you'll still be racing. Probably you got nothing better to do besides racing in this series. So I'm looking forward to next season for all these drivers. I'm just going to stop saying it for every one of you guys. I'm looking forward to all of you next season, seeing what you guys can do. But the guy that finished behind you, Scotty, you're running kind of up there with the championship drivers, racing them hard as you can without trying to get in their way for them to race for a championship. I gotta give props to you, man. You probably drove harder than everyone else. Just try not to hit any of them.
Yeah, it's been interesting finish to the chase. Took a week off, kind of dropped out of it, missed it, but it's been fun running top 10, some top 5s, but everybody pretty much racing clean. It's been a really good challenge. Fun season.
Yeah, we love seeing your paint scheme every week. Battling up in the top 10, definitely giving us some content race-wise. So yeah, congrats to you. I don't know where you finished in the overall standings. I don't know that off the top of my head, but I believe you raced most of the races this season, and most of them you got into the top 10.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody running the servers, running the broadcast. Been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we love doing it. But the person that finished 2 positions behind you, Chris Smith in the 37, you're kind of battling there near the back of the field, trying to avoid all the incidents as you could. Finished in the top 8 position. I believe you might be a little bit of a newcomer. I think you joined halfway through the season. So definitely props to you for having to deal with these guys for at least half a season, I believe.
Yeah, man, I've been trying to keep up with them, and they're a good group. They're tough. They're gonna make you get better. There's no give me's in this league, and I just gotta keep working at it.
Well, you'll definitely get there, man, and just keep at it. And if I know from my experience, the more track time you have and the more people you surround yourself with, the better you get. So definitely don't be afraid to ask for some tips, ask for help, and you'll be up there running in the top 5 and maybe even battling for some wins.
I hope so. Getting geared up for next season already. Gonna make plans.
All
Lots of track
right.
to visit.
I can't wait to see those plans come into fruition. Dave Kirkpatrick, you had a totaled race car. The whole front end was gone. You were running a modified, and you decided to stay out on old tires. You got freight trained by everyone else, but you were able to still finish in the top 10. So
hey man, yeah. I was actually 17 and 51 got together, and I chose to go low, and that was the wrong place, and then finished I guess 9th in reverse on the infield. So yeah, I stayed out. That was my only chance, and almost paid off. So
well, it was at least you finished the race. You crossed the start finish line backwards, and hopefully you'll have this whole 2-week off season to fix that number 27 Miller draft car.
It needs a lot of fixing. So hey, I do want to say Kyle and Jared, you guys do an amazing job. It makes everything much more enjoyable to do. I love going back and listening to you two, and you do a really, really good job. I hope to hear you guys keep doing it. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. It's our pleasure. And I believe finally Alex McCorder in the 15. You got up into the outside wall. We hated to see it, and you just lost track position for a majority of the race. Able to finish in the 11th spot, 1 spot short of the top 10. But probably a top 10 car you had all season. Made it into the round of 8. Couldn't get into that final 4. But definitely a very consistent season for you.
Oh yeah, definitely had a top 10, probably top 5 car, but not a top 10 driver today. Probably spent the first 50 laps figuring out that I'm not driving it hard enough. Then when I finally started to, I washed up and had an incident with Dave Kirkpatrick. Just when we were starting to feel a little better about it, but overall, yeah, the season was pretty good. Hopefully next year we can string together some more consistent runs and get into that championship 4. Yeah, I think the story the last 2 weeks is just drive it harder, and the car will do it. But congratulations to Robert Richards on the championship. And obviously, I'll repeat what everybody said. Thank you guys for putting the show on every week. You know, love to come back and watch it. Yeah, hopefully we can see you guys back next week, and hopefully, or next season, and hopefully we can see myself get some better results and maybe that first win.
Alrighty, man. It's great to hear from you, and we always appreciate the compliments. It really helps Kevin and I's motivation and egos.
Oh, I forgot. You want some more ego stroke, and also congratulations on the truck championship. Didn't get that in the broadcast last week, but there you go.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Kevin's working on my 6-foot trophy that he's going to ship me in the mail. So, and finally, our race control. If he wants to say anything, Jax, great job controlling the race. These guys are chaotic. I would not want your job.
They made my job pretty easy these last few races. Congrats to Richards for the championship win, and congrats to Diamond for the win. But I hate to throw that last caution, but unfortunately there's a car stuck in the middle of the track.
Well, I definitely don't envy your decision there. You definitely have the big red button when it comes to yellows. But yeah, it's a call that had to be made. Unfortunately, had to play into the end of the season for the championship. But yeah, congrats to all our drivers this season on where you finished. You definitely deserved where you finished, mostly for the good. If you finish terribly, that's not a jab at you. It might be, who knows. But I'm going to throw it back over to Kev. Kev, we got some sad news. I don't want to deliver it, but I'm going to force you to do it anyways.
Yeah, no worries, Jared. I was just saying, me and Jared had a blast doing all these seasons for everybody, and I'm just going to probably scale it down a little bit. So just maybe don't expect it every week, just kind of throwing it out there. I'll try to do it when I can. Just my work schedule changed where I'm getting up super early, but if I can do it and I get time, I will try to get back and throw up some broadcasts for you guys, or especially the playoffs round, things like that. But just want to throw it out there. Just maybe not every week like I was doing, but off and on here and there maybe. But I appreciate all the drivers and all the support. We really do love doing this together. It's fun, and just shout out to all the Robert Richards championship for season 2, joining Joey Stires from our first season. And yeah, Jared, do you have anything left to say here before we send it off tonight? Okay, that's it. Sorry, guys. Everyone have a great night. God bless you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.